Dumelang, Absheni, Ralocha, Sangwanani, Mulweni. My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our community. Now, recently, Burkina Faso made an announcement that's got me thinking about how we as Africans approach justice, rehabilitation, and the way we treat people who have been incarcerated. Now, President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso has introduced a prison reform that is so rooted in African values. It's honestly inspiring for me. And the reform means that prisoners in Burkina Faso will now be working in agriculture. And here's the kicker, right? For every month they work, they'll get a 3-month reduction on their sentence. And this is huge because not only does it contribute to the development of the country's agricultural sector, but it also prioritizes rehabilitation over pure punishment. And I think that this is the kind of thinking that we need across the continent, because the reform reflects on a shift from the colonial mindset, which was a mindset where punishment was just about locking people away and letting them rot in a cell, right? But I think that it's a mentality that was imposed on us by colonial powers who never had the best interests at heart for us. So it's no secret that the colonial justice system was designed to oppress and to break down and to dehumanize African people. And yet, many African countries still actually hold on to these colonial methods in the name of justice. But in Burkina Faso, President Traoré is saying, no, we're going to break free from that, and we're going to forge a path that is more in tune with our values as Africans. Our laws should serve to heal, to restore, and to uplift, and not just to punish. And
Burkina Faso's open-air Baporo prison is at the forefront of prison reform, designing a more humane approach to criminal justice. Prisoners are taught agricultural skills and livestock rearing, designed to prepare them for jobs upon their release. Unlike the exploitative prison labor practices in the United States and elsewhere, Baporo prisoners produce primarily for themselves. The 40-hectare farm functions as a community garden, with most crops feeding prisoners. Only the surplus is sold on the market. The 100-hectare outdoor prison was built under the revolutionary government of assassinated President Thomas Sankara, the first in Burkina Faso to explore the idea of teaching farmers necessary skills. Now, President Ibrahim Traoré has worked to revitalize the project. On 8 November 2024, Burkina Faso passed a law allowing judges to sentence prisoners to 1 month of community service in place of 3 months in prison. Community service includes agricultural work, livestock or poultry raising, factory work, and other forms of labor. Prisoners are entitled to leave of absence for up to 1 week for health, family, or social reasons.
Ça va nous permettre d'aller vers une justice plus réparatrice, punitive.
About 90% of Burkina Faso's population works in the agricultural sector.
I do have to say that this is a kind of wisdom we need to embrace on a much larger scale, because the idea that prisoners can reduce their sentences by actually working in agriculture doesn't just help them, but it helps the community, because it's a win-win if you think about it. It gives them a sense of purpose and teaches them valuable skills and allows them to contribute to society in a positive way. And I think that this is a rehabilitation. It's not about breaking people down, but it's about rebuilding them and giving them a chance to make amends and to reintegrate into society with dignity. So when I think about South Africa, I see so much potential with a similar shift. I think that we do have the resources, the land, and the skills to move beyond the outdated colonial justice system that still lingers here. Because why not invest in rehabilitative programs that focus on skill development, on healing, and on giving people the tools they actually need to rebuild their lives? And if we want to truly move forward, I believe that it's time to rethink how we deal with crime and punishment. And Burkina Faso is showing us that this approach is actually possible. And so I'm looking at this reform in Burkina Faso and feeling quite hopeful, because I think that it's a step in the right direction, and it's a step towards justice that is not only about punishment, but also about restoration and growth. And I think all African nations should take note, because this is what wisdom looks like. This is what the true justice actually looks like. It's time, I believe, to let go of the colonial chains and create systems that actually reflect our values, our way of life, and our the future. What are your thoughts on this? Please, let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a